What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing a pretty cool mod to the truck, but before we do that, I'm going to take it and get it washed because it is filthy as hell. Driving this thing in and out of work, it just it doesn't stay clean for more than like 2 days. So we're going to go quick power wash it off here. I'm not going to do a full cleanup in detail. I just want to get like the main dirt off of it. But I did a poll a couple days ago for No Shave November, and yeah, you guys said that I shouldn't shave. You told me no, don't shave, let it grow out. So that's what I'm doing. As you can see, letting the beard grow out for November. I've never done this before. I was never into the whole no shave November. I thought it was just kind of gimmicky, but you know what? I hadn't shaved in over a week, not because I wanted to, it's just because I don't even know, I just didn't feel like it. So I figured, oh, well, it is November, so might as well just keep growing it out. So I asked you guys on Instagram, and the poll came up like 70%, I think something like that, said that I shouldn't shave. So I'm not gonna shave. Alrighty, so back at home now, and guess what we got here? Diode Dynamics has sent me something for the truck, and we're gonna find out what it is here. I know what it is, but you guys are gonna find out here in a second. First, I wanna say this company has been absolutely awesome to work with. I have a bunch of LED lights from them that they sent me a few weeks ago, and yeah, the product quality and everything is awesome. So, you guys have to check them out. But here is what's in the box. That's right, a light bar for the truck. This is their kind of top tier light bar, high intensity, focused to output, obviously slim design, but you know, you can have like the high intensity light bar where it's just like really bright. You can have the focused output where it like focuses on one area, or you can have both, and this has both. So driving, you can see it's kind of focused, and then there's a wide output, and then there's the combo, which is kind of what I got on this light. So there's all the specs right there if you guys want to see it. I have an idea where I'm going to be able to put this on my truck, but we're going to have to kind of figure that out because I wasn't really sure of the exact size of the light bar, or like really if it's going to fit. But I don't think we should have a problem. I kind of want to put it in the front grille of the truck. So they also sent me, look at all those decals. That's pretty awesome. Look at that. Obviously some directions, and oh, look at that, more decals. Jesus. And they really are giving them things away, aren't they? And then we have obviously the wiring harness and everything. Thanks for your purchase, 3-year warranty. That's pretty cool. So there you go. I think that's where I'm going to throw it, kind of in the front grille, just like that F-150 there. But I'll tell you what, guys, this stuff's made right here in America. There you go, St. Louis, Missouri. So you'll have to check it out, right, Jackson? Tell them they got to check it out. See, it's Jackson approved. So just unboxing the light bar right now. I've already taken off some of the styrofoam protective pieces, but this pack is really nice, and the light bar itself feels very, very sturdy, like it's got some weight to it. So they have like the focused output, I think, in the center, and then on the sides there's the really bright output that lights everything up. Look how slim that is. That's pretty nice and sleek. I like that. And then obviously it comes with the mounting hardware in this box. So we're gonna go outside and see where we can fit this. And we got Rick out here from Godhook Graphics. He's helping me finish installing the second bottle heater there. What did you say you did? You're an electrician?
Aviation electrician.
There you go, so he knows what he's doing. Simple car wiring, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Here's the light bar, by the way. Look at that.
Oh, it's not very big.
No, it's tiny and sleek.
You gonna put it in the grill?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. Put it in the front grill, and then we can just hook it right to the battery. So I'm gonna go see if I can figure out a place to put it. All right, so we're gonna see where we can put this. I'm thinking for now that we can have it somewhere right there. We might even be able to sneak it behind the grill. It can go right there. I don't know if I want it down that low. So it's gonna go back there in the grill somewhere. I just think that's gonna stick out too much. It's gonna be too low too. I think we're gonna throw it right like either below or above the bow tie in the grill. grill's off. All right, so today is a different day only because we ran into an issue yesterday with the light bar fitting behind the grill, because as you can see, if we would mount it here, it hits this, I don't even know what these things are called. They're like these like motorized blinds that open and close. What these things are actually called are active grill shutters. I'm looking on good old gmtrucks.com in the forums here. Aerodynamics and different airflow, but it's not going to hurt the truck. With what I'm reading, it doesn't seem like it's going to actually hurt the truck if you take them off. If it's cold out in the morning and you start your truck, they stay closed so the truck heats up faster, and then when it needs cooling, they open up. On the highway, they shut for better aerodynamics, which it's a truck, it doesn't have good aerodynamics. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take it off, and hopefully it won't throw any codes by unplugging this here. It shouldn't affect anything even if it does, but that's the only function that this thing serves. Hey, thanks.
Hey tube.
Lauren just dropped this switch off. It's the zombie light switch that I got from a fan, sent me this in the mail, and I finally get to use it. I'm going to use this for my hookup on my light. We're going to take this off, mount the light bar here, and that'll provide enough clearance to fit behind the grill, because if I kept that there, I would have to cut holes in this grill. I'd have to cut this all out, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to start cutting and damaging stuff. So you can see that is now off, and look how much more room there is under there. So that will allow the light to seat back here more, and I might even just be able to mount it right there. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that'll allow the light to just sit right in there somewhere. And I did buy some extra metal here to maybe fabricate like a bracket or something. So we're gonna figure that out here in just a second, but that allows a lot more room. So we got one of two options how we're gonna mount this to the truck. We can either mount it directly on this existing plastic piece here, as you can see, just kind of like slide it under like that and mount it right there. And I have spacers that we can raise and lower it so the grill isn't hiding it. We can get it in between the grill space. Or I can throw it on this, make our own bracket. This metal piece here I bought, you can see, we'll have to cut it down, but I was thinking about basically cutting it to the length of this so we can sit it on here like that, and then we'll just drill it into these. These are just for the clips for the grill, but the clips only go in like maybe a ½ inch, so they won't even go to where we're drilling through, so that'll provide plenty of clearance there. And these are pretty solid. Those are really solid pieces, so that's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, I think this is going to be a better option. It'll be closer to the grill. I think that'll be perfect like that. We'll just make our own bracket. All right, so there's the cut bracket. Like I was saying, we cut it to the length of the light bar, well, just a little bit bigger, but yeah, that's how it's going to go. We're going to drill holes under here, attach the bracket on both of these tabs, and then we'll drill holes for the light bar. So while my dad's working on the bracket for the actual light bar, I'm gonna do some of the wiring here. You know, it comes with this nice wiring harness with all this stuff on it. So we have the switch right there, as you can see. That's to switch on the light. And then we have, there's the battery terminal cables, that's how we'll hook up the light to the battery. And then we have two harnesses down there. That's two hookups for different lights. I'm only going to use one, obviously, because I only have one light, but it's nice that they give you an extra set there, you know, an extra hookup to hook up a second light. So we're just going to end up using one, and I'll just tape the other one off. But what I need to do is find out how I can get the switch inside the cabin to be able to turn it on and off. I think I can access the cabin somewhere down in there. There should be a hole. If not, I may have to drill one in there to make a hole for the switch to go through, the switch harness. So inside the truck now, and I think what I'm gonna do in order to mount this somewhere, like I don't want to drill any holes into anything on the dash. It just seems stupid to do that on a brand new truck. So like I could do it under here and stuff, put the switch under there, but like I said, I don't want a big ass hole under here either. So what I think I'm gonna do is hide it. So I have a little compartment under here where I have some of my gum, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put a little, instead of putting a hole outside and where it's visible, I'm gonna put a hole in here and have that switch right there. So when I turn it on, you know, it'll be, no, you won't even know I have it there. And then when I wanna turn it on, I just open that up, click it on, and I can shut it, or I can leave it open, whatever. Look at Lauren pulled out of the dust here. Baby baby
Mageddon
me.
ZL1.
Baby me. Look at me. Look how fat I was. Look at my bow tie, fly.
Look at your little socks.
Best dressed kid. Anyways, we're test fitting the light here now. We got it inside, and you can see the grille's partially on. It's not all the way on, but it's obviously covered. So what I did is we're gonna raise the light bar up so it sits in this cavity here. And I got these inch spacers. I think should raise it up enough. If not, I have another set of 1/2 inch. We can raise it up even more. But as you can see, how we have it is right there on that bracket. That's exactly how it's going to be. You got the bracket partially mounted to these, and then the light bar mounted to the bracket, and that's why we have long bolts, so we can space it out if we need to raise or lower the light bar. All right, so we raised up the light bar by using those spacers there. Those are inch spacers, and if we put the grill in now, look at that. It's almost perfect. It's a little bit lower, but honestly, when you're looking at the truck from a little bit farther of a distance, not so straight on, it actually sits perfectly in between there. The vertical things in the grill here sit perfectly in between those when the light's separated there. So that's, look at that, that's almost perfect, I'd say. All right, so we got the light bar mounted in. Everything's good to go on that part. Put some Loctite on these screws so they don't move at all. Spacers are pretty good, nice and solid there. Started running the wiring up the side here, as you can see, and it goes all the way up through here, all the way back to the battery there. But we're gonna put the front grill on here and see how she looks. There we go. All right. See how bright it is? Ooh, yeah. See, that's a bright light. All right, so it's now day 3 of this light bar install, and you're probably wondering, why is it taking this guy 3 days to install a light bar? Well, I'll tell you why. This thing right here, these active grill shutters, I think it's a piece of garbage, and it just gets in the way and adds more weight to the truck. And not only that, but it also is in the way of the light bar, so we had to remove it. But what that does is, it'll throw a code and then the truck won't remote start, which kind of sucks. So I gotta figure out a way to trick it into thinking this is still hooked up. And I think I'm gonna remove the motor and just kind of tie it into the engine somewhere so the motor still functions, but it's not connected to these louvers, so this big piece here isn't in the way. Because as you can see, the light bar is in there all nice and neat with plenty of room. And unfortunately, the trucks are optioned out with these, so mine just happened to be on there from the factory. Like, you can get the trucks without these, and you can have them with them. I don't know why or what option this is included in, but yeah, unfortunately it was on my truck. All right, so I've disassembled this shutter system, and there's the motor right there. Everything's together, the harness. So I'm gonna plug it back into the truck, start it up, and see if the check engine light goes off. Moment of truth. Check engine light, see if it goes off. It should go off after a while, I would think. Ice possible. So now it's reading negative 40 degrees, which is obviously wrong. It's like 67. I may have to disconnect the battery to reset everything. Alrighty, so good news. Unplugged the battery for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. No check engine light, and we're back to 70 degrees. So that's pretty accurate, I'd say. It is sort of in my dad's shop, so it's a little warmer in there than it is outside, so everything looks good. As of now, it seems to be working correctly, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a place to put the motor. In fact, there's like a support brace right there that I think we can just zip tie it to. It'll essentially be almost in the exact same location if it was connected to those louvers over there, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I tied the motor back right here in the center, got the wire all zip tied back here, ran nice, so hopefully this will work. Doesn't throw a check engine light, and the temperature's reading right, so should be fine. So now we're basically going to, the only thing we have left to do is extend this switch wire. As you can see here, it's way too short. That's not going to go into the cabin. So I'm going to have to run it all the way across the engine bay and follow that right there, that harness that goes into the cabin, and that's where this is going to go. So we'll have to extend the cable, or we'll have to extend the wiring first. Alright, so update on this switch install. This is a lot harder than we thought. There are no areas to go inside through the firewall except for one spot that I managed to find by searching the YouTube video. It's right through here. This big rubber grommet here. what you need to do is you need to cut, there's this little, I don't know, it's like a little nipple. That's the only word I can use to describe it. But it's right here, that thing right there. Cut a hole in there, and then you can feed your wires all the way through. But before you do that, you've got to remove, so this box right here, I don't know, I'm sure what it is, but you have to loosen that, take the screws out, so you can pry your hand back behind, up through there, and as you can see, the main wire, the main harness that goes through there, goes through that grommet. You can't see it, but yeah, I had to take that piece out, right, in order to, that's where the big, you know, the big wire goes through, right? And once you take that out, there's more space. You can get your hand up through there, and you can basically, that part I was telling you to cut out, that we could cut out, for you to feed your wires through. So, and then you can grab them out with your hand and pull them through. It's the only place that you can really put anything. I found it by searching an amp install, you know, for like a different sound system. You can put one in your truck. That's the way you would run your power wire through there and everything. So we have all of the wires routed to the rubber grommet like I was talking about earlier, and into the cabin. Now you can see down there, oh maybe not, it's a little dark. We put some like clear kind of caulking like around there to seal up the grommet, because the opening's a little, we cut an opening out to put the wires through, and it's a little bit bigger. So just to make sure moisture or water doesn't get in there, we caulked it. So that's sealed nice again. And I'll eventually get some nice wire loom, just like the one underneath it, to, you know, cover that red and black wire there, make it look all nice and neat. So the issue we're running into now is where to put the switch. And originally I thought about, like I said, putting it in that compartment on the side there and running the wire through it, but I think the only way to do it, drill a hole through here and then drill a little hole in the back of this. If this is the only way it's gonna happen, because everything's so flat and sealed off, there's no holes to go through anything. Like, it's so tight and sealed off, so you can't really route wire into it. You know, even though I'll be drilling a hole back here, you won't see it. We'll drill another hole right at the bottom there. And there is the hole. Alright, so we got the switch all hooked up, everything's good, everything is installed. We're going to put the grill back on, and we're going to test it out outside to see how bright it is. Alrighty, yeah, so that light is extremely bright, as you guys can see, but we're gonna show you what it looks like from inside the truck at night. Right now, I currently have on just the regular lights. Those are low beams. This is the addition of the fog lights. Fog lights off, fog lights on. These are high beams, like that. High beams off. And this is the new LED light bar. Oh yeah, bright. Now the camera just adjusted there, so it's not as bright. It'll dim the lighting, so it doesn't look bad. But I'll show you guys again how it looks when you first turn them on. Yes, extremely bright. So that's the difference between, like, say, it's pretty much like driving with your high beams on, but like the camera doesn't really do it justice like it does in person, but it does give it a pretty good representation of how bright this light bar is. And it's only an 18-inch light bar. It's small, it's really not big. I have the switch just kind of sitting in there for now, the zombie light switch. I'm gonna kind of like double side tape it, but for now I just wanted to get it working and hooked up right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video of the install and the light bar. A few things have happened since last night when I installed that. I'm now filming this the next day after work, and a check engine light came on again when I left work today. I drove to work, it was fine. Everything was normal. Obviously I drove it home last night as well, and no issue there. And then I start the truck up after I get off work, and check engine light shows up. It's a P059F code, which is active grille shutter. malfunction code. So I've been looking online at different trucks, different guys that have been doing things to sort of disable it or trick the system into thinking it's still hooked up, like I have tried to do in this video. And it seems to me that a lot of them need to you need to modify the actual motor or the mechanism so it actually stops and thinks the shutters are hooked up. I don't actually have it hooked up at all, so the motor probably just thinks it's malfunctioning, so it's throwing a code maybe every time it actually operates. But I started the truck up later today and it's off, so it's kind of random whenever the check engine light comes on. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about it at this point. I might just say screw it and let it go, or I might, you know, eventually think of another way to mount the light bar, or I may end up just putting them back to stock and figuring a different situation out. But for those of you guys that don't have that, you're lucky. That's awesome. You don't have those stupid, meaningless pieces of crap in front of your radiator that honestly I think serve no purpose whatsoever. Okay, you get better miles per gallon, but it's a truck. Like, come on, it's not supposed to be, you know, aerodynamic. So really, what's the point of them? A lot of new trucks are coming with them nowadays. If you have the option not to get them on your truck, don't get them. If you plan on putting anything in front of your radiator, whether it be a light bar or any sort of aftermarket item, don't get them. They're just going to cause you so many issues in the future, as they've caused me through this video in the past 3 days. So either way, I have no problems. I have no issues with the light bar. The light bar is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about that. I just wish that I didn't have those active Grille shutters. So with that being said, please be sure to check out Diode Dynamics. They're an amazing company. Great lighting products if you guys are looking to put anything on your truck or car or whatever. Even off-road vehicles, they do all sorts of different things, from LED lights to light bars to whatever you want. So be sure to check them out. I'll have all of their info below in the description. So thanks again for watching this video. Please be sure to check out my website, GuitarMageddonZL1.com/store. Right now we're doing a promotion on the website, free shipping for anything over $99. So be sure to check that out. I'll have the info below in the description. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're coming here for the first time, and have a great day.